We're going to continue our coverage of Ida now because, as we mentioned, more than 1 million people across the Gulf are without power or running water tonight, and others have lost their homes completely.
Yeah, and right now some volunteers from Arizona are in Louisiana helping victims get food and shelter. David Caltabiano is live in the newsroom after speaking with a Phoenix Red Cross volunteer who's on the ground outside of Baton Rouge. So, David, what can you tell us?
Hey, Kara, good evening. At 73 years old and retired, Pat Simmons left the desert on Friday to help so many people whose world was turned upside down from Hurricane Ida. Tonight, he describes the harsh conditions at Ground Zero and inside the shelter.
Powerful winds and hard rain. Hurricane Ida devastated parts of Louisiana this weekend and tonight. Red Cross volunteers from Arizona are there to help Mother Nature's newest refugees.
Kind of breaks your heart to see them go through this.
Phoenix's Pat Simmons is running a shelter at a Louisiana high school. He says hundreds of people are coming for help. After the hurricane left much of the state without power, the shelter is having the same problem with a solo generator cutting out, and running water comes and goes. Simmons says the number of people and issues they're seeing is becoming overwhelming.
You know, the problems are endless. They just tried to drop off another 100 that I had to turn away because one of the rooms we were going to use for sheltering here is flooded.
The facility isn't big enough for everyone to have a cot, so the Phoenician says some people are forced to sleep on the floor.
Using Red Cross blankets for pillows.
It beats the aftermath of Ida outside.
No question.
Pat says he will help as many people as he can and hopes his community here in Phoenix, with a much drier climate, will think of those left out in the cold in Louisiana.
I want them to feel a tug in their heart.
Boy, David, it's really something to hear about all the challenges they're facing just at the shelter alone. Meanwhile, of course, there's a pandemic going on. COVID is hitting the Southeast really hard. So is the Red Cross doing anything, taking any steps to try to stop the spread of the virus inside those shelters?
Jared, they're telling people to mask up, and they're screening every person who tries to come in their shelter. And lastly, they're trying to social distance where they can inside the shelters. And the Red Cross runs on donations. If you want to help out, we'll put a link on our website. That's azfamily.com. Tonight, I'm live in the newsroom. David Caltabiano for Arizona's Family.